Important note, this video is not financial advice. Always do your own research before making any investment decision. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Here's your market briefing from Rumour with AI. Bitcoin's rally toward $80,000 is hitting a hard macro ceiling. Spot ETF outflows are accelerating, signaling institutional hesitation. This pressure is compounded by hawkish sentiment surrounding Federal Reserve nominee Kevin Warsh. Traders are pricing in tighter financial conditions, limiting upside potential for digital assets. Meanwhile, equity markets are finding a different narrative. Nvidia shares surged following U.S. clearance for Chinese firms to purchase H200 chips. This regulatory pivot provides a critical lifeline for Nvidia's revenue projections in the world's second-largest semiconductor market. The move supports broader tech indices, offering a counterweight to the risk-off sentiment in crypto. In related news, the IPO market is showing signs of life. We are seeing heating activity alongside aggressive expansion by Chinese electric vehicle manufacturers into Europe. Despite these positive structural shifts, the S&P 500 remains in a neutral technical stance. Bitcoin also holds a neutral technical profile, suggesting consolidation before the next major directional move. On the macro front, liquidity providers are waiting for key data. CME Group has set June 8 for the launch of Nasdaq CME Crypto Index Futures. This new product will track Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Cardano, Chainlink, and Stellar Lumina with dollar settlement. It marks a significant institutionalization of the asset class, providing regulated exposure for traditional finance players. Looking ahead to today's release, retail sales data will define the consumer's resilience. At 12:30 Universal Time Coordinated, the United States will report retail sales month-over-month. The forecast calls for a deceleration to 0.4%, a sharp drop from the previous 1.7%. This slowdown suggests consumer spending is cooling faster than anticipated. Simultaneously, initial jobless claims are due at 12:30 Universal Time Coordinated. The forecast predicts 209.0k claims, up from the previous 200k. A rise in claims would indicate labor market softening, potentially easing inflationary pressures. However, if the data holds steady, it reinforces the Fed's cautious stance. In the education sector, a repricing of human capital is underway. Mid-tier MBA programs are slashing tuition by 40 to 50% as applications plummet by 30%. Elite schools are holding prices, creating a bifurcated market. This trend impacts education stocks and may reduce the flow of crypto-linked talent into traditional finance roles. European markets are also watching closely. At 9:15 Universal Time Coordinated, ECB President Christine Lagarde will deliver a speech. Her tone will guide expectations for Eurozone monetary policy. Meanwhile, Fed officials James Bullard and Philip Jefferson will speak later in the day, offering further clues on the rate path. Export prices are forecast to rise 1.1% month-over-month, down from 1.6%. Import prices are expected to climb 0.9%, up from 0.8%. These figures will help refine the inflation outlook. Business inventories are also due at 1400 hours Universal Time Coordinated, with a forecast of 0.7% growth. The interplay between tech gains, crypto consolidation, and macro data creates a complex trading environment. Investors must weigh Nvidia's regulatory win against the cooling consumer. The upcoming retail sales report will be the decisive factor for short-term volatility. That's your market briefing. Follow Rumour with AI for daily market intelligence.